Good.
Good morning.
Good morning, SKN.
Good morning, SKN. I am Jamie Morris.
And I'm Mimi Armstrong. And today you're watching Good Morning SKN again.
Yes.
I heard you guys missed me yesterday.
Yeah, we did. We got by. It was actually quite
Barely.
interesting.
You barely got by?
Oh, I would never tell you barely got by at all. We
Well,
had fun.
I'm here today. So we're going to start with the weather. Today is partly cloudy at times with a 50% chance of moderate quick showers. So it might be a rainy day, might be a sunny day. I mean, we can't really tell.
We'll see. Love the weather like that. All right.
So we'll get on to the latest in local news.
Yes, we will. All right, so in St. Kitts and Nevis, Chamber of Industry and Commerce is pleased with government's tax-free 2022 budget. The St. Kitts and Nevis Chamber of Industry Commerce, CIC, stands ready to work closely with the Team Unity government as it gets ready to roll out its plans and projects outlined in the national budget for 2022, financial year of 2022, to put the country and the economy back on track, Mimi. That assurance was given by the president of the chamber, Mrs. Giselle Matthews, on Tuesday, December 14th, following the budget presentation by Prime Minister and Minister of Finance, Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris. I think overall it was a very healthy budget and an ambitious budget, but I think one that can be achieved if we continue along this road, Mrs. Matthews said. Chamber President Matthews said of particular importance to the CIC and its members is the continuation of the tax breaks announced by the Honorable Prime Minister as well. So lots of news from the chamber there.
Well, I mean, he also announced double salary for all civil servants. So, hey to all my civil servant friends, you know, I've been on the nice list this year, so just in case you want something to do with your double, I'm here.
Feel free to send in those lists so that we can actually keep a tally of whether or not she's on the naughty side or the nice side, all right? I'll reserve judgment for now until I see.
And we're continuing with the local news.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so in other local news, we have the opening of the Sir S.W. Tapley Seton Annex that will further expedite the delivery of justice in St. Kitts and Nevis. So with the opening of the new Sir S.W. Tapley Seton Annex at East Independence Square Street, the government of St. Kitts and Nevis has once again demonstrated its commitment to the swift delivery of justice for the people in a country that already ranks well on, get this, Mimi, the World Justice Project Rule of Law Index. If the government of the day does not provide the facilities and equipment needed, then we only hamper the legal practitioners who are seeking to support citizens and residents who seek justice. And without available chambers, excessive delays can place a cloud of uncertainty over citizens' lives and, in the worst case, discourage them from seeking recourse to the law, said Prime Minister Dr. the Honorable Timothy Harris during the official opening of the Annex on Tuesday, December 14th, 2021. The Annex is named in honor of His Excellency, Sir S.W. Tapley Seton, the first Attorney General for an independent St. Kitts and Nevis and the Federation's current Governor General. So interesting things here with the opening, because obviously they're going to, of course, expedite matters in the court. I understand as well that there will be facilities, obviously, to help with night court. And also facilitate the hearing of juvenile matters in cameras. So a very interesting initiative here. It should definitely speed things up by way of a backlog.
Right, and I mean, I didn't know that we were ranked that highly in judicial proceedings. I was a juror one time, and I think it took entirely too long. It took up too much time. But I'm glad to know that we're top ranking, so it's not that bad, considering all things. So we're continuing with our last regional story, and I guess 'tis the season for joy, and it's also the season for scams. So Scam Alert, First Federal Caribbean, warns of fraudsters pretending to do surveys on behalf of the bank. CIBC First Caribbean is warning its clients to be very vigilant of fraudsters pretending to be staff members carrying out a survey on behalf of the bank in St. Kitts. It has come to our attention that unauthorized individuals alleging to be employees of CIBC First Caribbean have been requesting valuable information from our clients through a survey. We wish to alert members of the public that this is an ongoing scam since the bank country head, in St. Kitts, Starlina Rosary. She stressed that the bank will never ask its clients to provide their social security number, ATM or debit card PIN, or any other sensitive information through email, survey, phone call, text message, or social media. So yeah, I mean, again, it's the season for giving, and it's also the season for scams. So CIBC asking everybody to be vigilant. I know, I mean, after working in a bank, they normally pick the festive season or seasons where there's some excitement. So even sometimes around music festival, there's lots of fraudsters going around. And again, if anybody asks you any particularly intrusive questions about your bank information, you should never be giving out your ATM PIN to anybody ever. So yeah, just be careful.
Absolutely. Well, that brings us to the end of the local segment of the latest for now. We'll be back for regional and international news in a flash. Stay tuned.
Do you need your laundry or dry cleaning picked up and delivered? Well, Express Laundry has got you covered. We will pick up and deliver your laundry or dry cleaning to and from our partner laundromat fast and easy. Call or WhatsApp 660-7940 or 661-7717 for details. Express Laundry, bringing laundry and dry cleaning services to your doorstep.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
And we're back on Good Morning SKN. Time now for the latest in regional news. At least 62 are dead after a gas tanker explodes in Haiti's second largest city, Port-au-Prince. At least 62 people have been killed, Mimi, and dozens injured after a tanker transporting gasoline exploded in, and my Haitian is a little rusty here, Cap Haitian, I'm going to say that, Haiti's second largest city on Monday, authorities said. The situation remains critical, Deputy Mayor Patrick Almaner said on Tuesday, who also extended an appeal for blood donations. Almaner said the fuel tanker exploded after it had stopped due to mechanical issues and began leaking gas. People gathered to collect fuel directly from the truck when the explosion occurred, he said. Could you imagine that? Haiti has been crippled by a severe fuel shortage, so I guess that explains that. And that fuel shortage has led to power outages and protests. The damage to the city is extensive, according to Almaner, and he says, quote, "We have nearly 50 houses impacted by the fire, and most of them will need to be demolished." So very devastating news coming from Haiti at this time for people who are already crippled by devastation with earthquakes and protests.
I was just going to say they had an earthquake the other day. I don't know. Every time I see Haiti in the news, it seems like it's always bad news. I keep wondering why.
It's been that way for a while, and we can only send our prayers and thoughts to the people of Haiti.
Continuing to send our prayers and thoughts. So on the international scene, and this is our last bit of what's happening in the news, South African ex-president Zuma ordered to return to jail. South Africa's High Court has ordered former President Jacob Zuma to return to jail after setting aside decision to release him on medical parole. The decision to place the 79-year-old on medical parole is declared unlawful and set aside. With the ruling on Wednesday by Judge Elias Matonjane, the Department of Correction Services says that it was studying the court judgment in due course and would make further pronouncements. The further president's legal team are appealing to the court's decision, Zuma's charitable foundation said on Twitter. The judgment is clearly wrong, and there are strong prospects that a higher court will come totally to a different conclusion, the foundation wrote. Zuma, who began medical parole in September, is serving a 15-month sentence for contempt of court after he ignored the instructions to participate in a corruption inquiry. In the same month, South Africa's top court dismissed a bid by him to turn over the sentence. The former president, whose 9-year reign ended in 2018, handed himself in on July 7th to begin his prison sentence, which triggered the worst violence in South Africa in years. Yeah, so he's returning to jail for Christmas, I guess.
Oh, that's not a very nice way to spend.
It's not a very nice way to spend the holidays. But I mean, his team is saying that they will get a higher court to overturn the decision. So I mean, maybe he'll get to spend his Christmas vacation at home with his friends and family.
Well, it depends. I mean, the prospects for appeal depends on, as we talked about in an earlier story, the backlog and things like that.
Yes,
but
the time.
It's 79 years old.
Yes.
Medical parole.
Mm-hmm.
And it would be interesting to see what that judgment reads, because if they are saying that, you know, the judgment was erroneous or it shouldn't have happened, or perhaps the evidence that was entered, you know, on either side, well, for him, in order to achieve medical parole is problematic or perhaps not even worthy of consideration at this point. Who knows? It's a very sad story that a 79-year-old is going to spend Christmas behind bars. But for all of you listening to us, we hope that you are not going to be that blessed to spend time with us. Instead, you spend your day with us, and we'll be back in a flash to talk more about Good Morning SKN with our guests. Bye for now.
The St. Kitts Diabetes Association wants to encourage you to remember the association's gospel, abbreviated TEAM, in order to maintain good control of your diabetes. T, you must test your blood sugar regularly. E, you must eat right with decent quantities of vegetables and fruits and eliminate sugary products. E, you must exercise frequently, at least 4 to 6 times weekly for 30 minutes or more each time. And M, you must take your medication as prescribed by your healthcare provider. If you follow this gospel, you will significantly reduce your chances of encountering the dreaded complications associated with poor control of diabetes, namely kidney failure, blindness, heart disease, stroke, and amputations. Visit your healthcare provider regularly to ensure good control of your diabetes and to access early intervention in case of any unexpected complications. Come and join the St. Kitts Diabetes Association and add your voice and your efforts to those working to ease the burden of persons living with diabetes. Thank you.
You're watching Good Morning SKN with Mimi Armstrong and Jamie Morris, live on Studio 327.
And you're watching Good Morning SKN. COVID-19. You know how I feel about it. Every day, it seems like we mention the same thing over and over about the pandemic. But in honesty, we have been affected in many ways. One particular concern has been highlighted during this period, and that is food security. So today we'll be discussing this. Food security is a significant element as it pertains to the country's sustainability, ability to develop and feed its people. As we discussed yesterday, or as Jamie and our guest host discussed yesterday, with the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, there was a reduced and sometimes no income in many households. Simultaneously, there was price inflation on food items, closing borders, thus disrupting the food chain. Combined, all of these things led to an acute food insecurity on an international scale. Today, for our Stepping Up segment, we will discuss the topic with Tambora Fleming, the farm manager of Gideon Force Organic Farm. Welcome to the show.
I give thanks. Greetings.
All right. First of all, tell us a little bit about the Gideon Force Organic Farm and how long it has been in operation.
Okay, greetings again in the name of the Father, the Son, Emmanuel Christ, our Lord and Savior. and then I come for His Imperial Majesty Haile Selassie first. And I give thanks for being here, and I give thanks for y'all having INA. On behalf of INA Gideon Force Farm, I would start by saying that we definitely is a cooperative, and you all know what a cooperative represents. You know, we represent a different selective of individuals that include male and female, and actually our children, the community itself. And our mission is to have what you call organic food, natural food, that is the best way for us to eat, and at the same time we produce also what you call sheep. We do a little sheep husbandry, and so we have a little lamb meat. Even though we don't eat meat, we still have this meat in the best in terms of natural way. So we also look at the nature itself, and we're thinking that the way that we do farming, we still embrace what you call the global warming crisis by everything being natural. So we kind of help produce and help reduce the carbon that is in the atmosphere. So we think that we're on the right track.
Yeah, it sounds like you're on the right track. So tell us, how long have you been in operation? How long has the farm been open and running?
Well, as a group, as a cooperative, we've been running for at least over 12 years. But coming together before we become a cooperative, we were about maybe like say 15 years.
Oh, wow.
But we recognize that being a cooperative would give each individual a chance to have a more share into the organization than having one person maybe being like to say he will be the direct shareholder. And that's the best way to do farming, collective, you know. It's a lot of work, it is organic farming. So we think that that's the best way to also do it, is to have a collective movement, because that's the way we as a black people need to do. We need to work more together.
Agreed, 100%.
You know?
So in terms of the name, the listing, organic stood out for me. And I did hear you mention something about CO2 emissions, but I'm not necessarily sure what organic farming entails. So can you be specific for me?
Well, it's just a natural way of farming. And
so no chemicals, no pesticides?
Well, I would not say no chemical, but no synthetic chemicals. We use what you call neem oil. We use other substance that you could call it a chemical, but in a harmful chemical to us, the human, to the environment, as in to the creatures, because we're still responsible for everything as a human. We don't want to just say we're going to kill a bug because it's a bug, but we want the bug to actually have his life in the farm if he's not eating our food. So while we really trying to produce this food, we want to make sure that everything that is around actually being protected also, you know. All
right, so I know in the past 2 years we've been in this pandemic that seems to be going on and on forever. Has it affected you or the farm in any way? I know we've been in lockdowns and all these things.
Of course. I mean, I think everybody been affected by this pandemic, especially, you know, we as a people still. And in farming, you have to go to your farm. So if you're going to be locked down, you mean you can't move, right? So one thing that I think the government needs to do is to allow farmers to have maybe like a house or a structure on their farm that even in these cases they could be there and continue in the food production, because we can't live without food.
Correct.
Right?
Correct.
So how did the implementation of curfews specifically affect you on the farm?
Well, the fact that you can't move, right? I mean, however farms said they have one to structures that one or two members can stay there, but the workforce couldn't move. I mean, that's a lot. I mean, it was a lot. You can't just do as you like still in this sort of, like I say, a state of emergency. So the fact that we couldn't go to the farm and continue, like, for example, weeding. We do organic, so we don't use herbicides. So if we are not there to weed, the weed can get out of control. You have to reap certain food on time, because we have a lot of food, cheese, and these have to be reaped on time. Otherwise, the birds and the other insects will have them before you. We have animals too that have to be attended. Dogs have to be fed. The sheep have to actually be fed too. So the fact that we couldn't move, that was mainly one of our main issues.
So has your cooperative put anything in place to address the food security problem? And on 2 instances, you had like an organic market. So is there any other practices, or when will another food market be held? You know, I know food security is a big thing. I remember a few times going to the grocery store and nothing was on the shelves. So how have your farm been playing a part? How has your farm been playing a part in, you know, protecting us from food insecurity?
Well, you see, I mean, the word security is just to say safety, or to say have it accessible, right? So I think the word security is a little bit kind of harsh, but because a lot of farmers lose like food during the pandemic, they didn't get sales for the food because for some reason how everything is set, the food wasn't getting moved at the right time, and some food get wasted. So I don't think at that time the problem was maybe not having enough food. It was that the lockdown kept farmers from not moving the food to the supermarkets. But for like our farm, we lose a lot of like our crops, our produce during the lockdown because we couldn't move it, right? So I think, and how our farm set for sustainability is that we have food trees. And if you have to understand what the food tree does, it continues bearing over the years and it produces even more. So I think that's one way that we could have like a sustainability in terms of the food, having more food trees in sync, it's more orchards, and then we could introduce the 3-month crops that are going to just be short crops, quick crops. You can't do nothing about short crops and quick crops. They have to be done and be reaped by a certain
Really
time.
quickly, we have time for just one more question really quickly. Where can we place an order for everything that you have on the farm?
Well, we have a site. We have the Gideon Force. They have a site. I think, I don't know the full information about this site because how the farm is set, everybody in the group have their own responsibility.
Okay, but
I'm the manager for the farm. I take care of what happens on the grounds, right? And then they have, I don't want to say Oksana on the mic too much, but Oksana still is our lady that take care of the part for us. She,
Okay.
And then somebody, we call a specific number that we have on the ad to, and then the food we move
Thank you.
accordingly.
We'll get the information and share it with our viewers. We want to thank you, Mr. Fleming, for coming by today.
Yeah, appreciate that.
And talking with us on Good Morning SKN. More
Amen. I give thanks.
after this.
I give thanks. God's love.
Has anyone ever touched you here, here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
You're watching Good Morning SKN with Mimi Armstrong and Jamie Morris, live on Studio 327.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN, and I do apologize for seemingly rushing Mr. Fleming off the stage because I was made aware that we have even more time.
Yes, we do. Yes, we do. I mean, so earlier you were talking about some of the crops you have on the farm, and you were saying that you have your fruit trees, and then you have the plants that take a shorter time to turn over. Can you tell us what you have on the farm right now in this season?
Well, this is soursop season. You know, December is like a season for
soursop is so good for you.
Yeah, and soursop have so many benefits. So I will just say to the item, whoever maybe needs soursop, and even if you don't have money, because our farm don't always just speak about money, we look at helping still, because that's the first art of business, right? And we have like pomegranates, we have custard apple, is something that we used to have back then, the custard apple, and they're kind of shorter, but we have a few trees that produce them actually at this time. We have like what we call star apple, we have it's a lot of different stuff we have, but all are not producing, and it's just, as I say, seasonal. And I just say that's the best way for sustainability to us. We ask the government to put in more food trees, and we have coconut water too. And
Again,
we need to have a little more coconut in our country, our local coconut too. And we hope to put that in the market shortly, coconut water as a local entity from NI country itself. So in the near future, we hope to really impact more of the supermarkets and the surrounding with our produce, that we can have a healthier nation. And a healthy nation means that we're going to be stronger, you know, not only mentally but physically also. So I give thanks for you all having us and giving us a chance to express, and even encouraging the farmers them to be more organic, and, you know, saving our people lives, because the way cancer is really having us, we should really be aware of our consumers more than just a profit, you know.
Right, agreed.
Right, so is that one of the reasons that you've decided to delve into the organic farming?
Yeah, man. I mean, our group stem from a spiritual organization, the Tuoladi House of David, and the elders them, there's good elders, and they encourage us to keep it as the youths them who really maintain the farm. And we recognize that when the Almighty created the earth, He never tell us about this chemical. He make Eden and He put us in. Everything was beautiful until we messed up. So we don't want to keep messing up, and we still think that we have a chance to help the earth by doing the right things, and this is what we choose to do. Yeah.
I mean, I know that a lot of young people are not interested in farming, so I'm really impressed that you have not only the parents but the children on the farm. How have you seen the children grow in terms of responsibilities? Do they love working on the farm? How can we educate other people around the country to let them know that, you know, farming is important and children could do it as well?
Because we think that the first thing should happen for children to be involved, not just our children, because that's a small portion. But we think in the primary school, we should put agriculture as more like a compulsory subject, just like maths and English. It's survival for humanity.
Agreed.
I mean, you could be a mathematician, good in maths, good in English, but you have to eat. Everybody has to eat, right? And I think that we must recognize that if we let the youth them started from small, they will never give it up when they get older. So we don't want to just set our children them, because still we, as I say, it's a small portion of our children. We want the whole entire country and how to embrace farming, agriculture, and do it in an organic way to that all of us can be safe. Because if we continue like this, the future could be real, dramatic for us. It could be a disaster.
Yeah, I agree. I think, as you said, everybody needs to eat. So agriculture should be, made mandatory in all schools. And again, once you introduce the children to it young, again, it grows with them. Exactly. They understand that it's important and they love doing it, I think at that time we felt like, agriculture was something for people who want to get their hands dirty.
If you maybe have a subject, or you maybe have something. That's like the man who ain't have no subject, maybe he ain't too bright, so he go to the farm. But that is not true.
No.
Farming, everybody have to eat. That's the best business, and that's the only sustainable business. That can't stop the production and the sales of food in the world. Even during a pandemic, the longest line was the supermarket.
True. I was in those long lines.
You don't want to be locked up.
And no food, exactly.
No water, but food.
Necessary.
Right? Everybody eat in the school this morning, and we plan to eat. So we have to eat, and we have to be merry after we eat, and eat the good things that the Almighty gives to us.
Correct. Agreed.
You mentioned products in supermarkets. Are your products currently in any supermarkets, or are they available at vendors?
Well, we try to sell it much to the individual, because in that way you take out the middleman, right? And then the price could be good. You could be, where that people could be affordable, right? When you put the middleman in, sometimes you make it harder for the customer. And so we try to reach the customers as much as possible. As we do delivery, and we ask them to come to the farm, because our farm is like a supermarket where you can come. You could go on the farm with your own bag or your own basket, and you can pick your own food with somebody assisting you. Fresh, which is the highest quality of any product, right? And so we try to take out the middleman as much. But we put the food in nearly every supermarket when we have like too much on our hand, and then we go to the supermarket where maybe we can't move it in the short time that we have it, right?
All right. So we've been talking to Tambora Fleming of the Organic Gideon Force Farm. We'll share the information on our page, so once you look in the comments, you'll have their phone number and their Facebook page. Again, we've been talking about food security. I'm really touched by this. I'm really happy that you have not only the elders but the youth involved in this as well. And I'm really looking forward to having a visit to the farm and picking my own fruits and vegetables.
Anytime.
All right.
We have an open day today for visiting on the farm.
Oh, perfect.
So whoever maybe listening at this time, y'all could come to the farm and just
tell us where it's located. Just
it's located above the high school road in Vultures. The road will go right up the drive to the road, and you meet a flag, you meet a sign, the Gideon Force Organic. You meet gates, enter the gate, and you're good to go from there. Somebody always by the gate,
Okay, perfect. You're watching Good Morning SKN. We'll be right back after this.
Let's face it, most parents or guardians don't want to think about their teens having sex, let alone contemplate the possibility that they might get pregnant or get someone pregnant. Teenage pregnancy is a situation that involves female adolescents. A teenage female can be pregnant as early as age 12 or 13, although it is usually 14 and older. The fact that teenagers become pregnant is related to many factors. Here are some tips to decrease teen pregnancy. Teach teenagers comprehensive sex education. Target messages at teen boys, not just girls. Get the whole community involved. Encourage mentoring, parental involvement, and support. This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
These teen boys nowadays get me so upset. I see these teen girls with their big bellies and you want to tell me y'all couldn't protect her and yourself? Come on. Now don't tell me no stupidness about you feel embarrassed about getting a pack of condoms or asking somebody for one. That ain't nothing to be ashamed about. You should be proud that you are making a wise decision, but you still have to abstain from having sex with someone under the age of consent. If your boys are pressuring you to have sex and you don't want to, then don't. You are in charge of your life, not them. I heard another one saying it's sweeter without a condom, but my granny always told me, no glove, no love. So let me tell you something. It's sweeter to have money in your pockets and not have to support a child at that young age. Before I say anything else, the best way to prevent teenage pregnancy is to abstain. In other words, no do it. Let me talk to the big men troubling underage girls.
Why you sleeping with your daughter? You not live clean. Your girl at 16 and your daughter at 13. Two girl a look me, but me know in that. Big man no deal with back pan back.
You understand where I'm coming from, right?
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
And we're back on Good Morning SKN. In our previous segment, we discussed food security. Well, our next guests make our weekly food shopping a whole lot easier. GoBox offers delivery of fresh, local, and artisan products. They aim to bridge the gap between local farmers and the rest of the population. Introducing Jen Hastel, I got it right?
Jen Hastel.
Jen Hastel, Hector of GoBox. How are you today?
I'm doing fantastic, honey. How are you guys?
I'm good.
Okay.
We're good.
Nice to have you here. Good to have you here. So, could you tell us what sparked the idea for such an innovative business?
To be honest with you, I just didn't want to buy groceries anymore.
So you're one of those lazy shoppers, really?
Yeah, there we go. And then the pandemic hit, and then we realized our food security is way off as a family. So we needed to put something in place to address that, in a sense. We tickled with the idea a few months before we actually went into pandemic, and during the pandemic we realized this is the best time to do it. We beta tested the idea with 15 customers, and
they loved it.
Basically love having the idea of having fresh food locally grown delivered to them.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. So I mean, we like, the pandemic is a terrible thing, maybe the worst thing that ever happened to me. But in the pandemic, something good came out of it. As you said, it was the perfect time to launch your business, and again, people loved it, and people are still talking about it. I mean, even now, I go through my Snap and I see people talking about GoBox. So in what ways do you think that your business has strengthened the agriculture sector?
That's a very interesting question, Mimi. The natural benefit would be to the farmers themselves and their families. We visit the farms every Friday. So every Friday we're on the farms picking locally sourced fresh produce. People, family, friends, people. There is a significant number of people on Ireland that do not have access to fresh fruits and vegetables.
True, very
significant number. It might surprise you if you actually think about it. We enjoy sourcing locally delivered, locally grown produce. This brought us to the idea of bringing, not necessarily to change what's already being done with the farmers, but in a sense, introduce them to a new way of doing
right,
business.
Right.
People in the 21st century love convenience.
We do. We just want to press a button and things show up at the door. Right.
We love convenience. So people
Right.
love having the idea of this stuff being delivered directly to them every
Right,
Friday.
right.
They don't have to think about it. It shows up at your doorstep. Open your door, you pick it up, put it inside, put the box out on Monday, and that's it.
Right. And I know for farmers, like my dad is a farmer, and he's great at farming, but in terms of marketing, he struggles a little bit. So I think like even an initiative like this, as you said, it really helps the farmers to get their products out there, because again, farming is so much work as well. Like your service actually takes away some of their stress of connecting to their clients and stuff like that. And I think it's really great. So please tell us a little bit more about this service, this subscription. How does it work? Is it weekly, monthly? How do we do it?
Is a delivery service, so it's online. shop.jadcash/Dropbox. That's where you can find it. So you simply have a subscription every month. So you could have a weekly, which comes every week.
Oh, it has options?
And you could have a bi-weekly box.
Oh, okay.
You can even go on and have one box sent to you for one particular Friday. Once you have a subscription base, the only thing that customers don't have control of in terms of what they get is what they get. Because remember, we source it locally.
Yeah, so it's seasonal.
We source it locally, so it's literally like a jack in a box.
Right.
It's
a surprise.
You do not know what you're going to get until you get it.
Right.
We do post a list of what the items will be like on our Facebook and social media, so people have an idea of what should be expected. Doesn't necessarily mean that what's there.
Right.
So that's very interesting in that aspect. Once you have your subscription in, you don't think about it. We will send you an email when you need to renew your subscription. So it's almost like you set it and forget it. You pick up your box Friday, and it's basically.
So you said you pick up your box at your door, and then you put your box out. So we're recycling the boxes.
Exactly. The boxes are recyclable. They're actually a Rubbermaid tote. So they're a plastic recyclable container. So it's almost like a container that you're given, and then you just return it.
All right, that's perfect.
I think that makes a perfect Christmas gift, to be honest.
It does.
Any ideas for Christmas subscription packages, anything like that?
We do have a Christmas package.
Oh, great.
Available, but because there's so much volatility in knowing what we're gonna get, it's hard to say this is gonna be the Christmas special.
Right.
It's very hard to predict that. So for Christmas specials, we usually just try to donate to communities.
Oh, perfect.
So we don't necessarily promote a Christmas product. We give back to the community.
Oh, that's so nice. That's so nice.
Very.
So right now, so if I'm expecting a box on Friday, can you give me an idea of what might be in my Friday box?
That's for sure, because the Gideon First Man was just here.
Oh, so he's a part of it too.
Not necessarily, we work with collabs.
Okay.
So we go hand in hand. We love the Gideon Farm. They started with us back when we was first week. We are now in our 57th week of delivery.
Wow.
So we've been growing and we've been continuing. The Gideon Force Farm have been a hand in that, again, the benefit to the farmers themselves.
All right.
So they've been very,
and
very
organic
much in
food.
that.
That's amazing.
Exactly.
People out there pay so much money for it. We don't know how much it is for organic food. So yeah, what might be in my basket Friday?
So this week we have kale, cabbage, that's for sure. There's star fruit, pomegranates, that's just to name a few. We get the full list at the end of the day today.
All right. Okay, perfect.
Well, we've been talking with Mr. Zenastil Hector of Growbox. Thank you so much for sharing with us your innovative business idea.
Thank you.
Pleasure talking to you. We'll be back for more Good Morning SKN right after this. Stay tuned.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
I wear a mask because I want to protect my child, but also I want to protect his classmates and his teachers.
I wear a mask because I care about the frontline workers who will have to work even harder if those around me get sick.
I wear a mask to protect my family. I wear a mask to protect you. I wear a mask because it is the right thing to do.
I wear a mask because I don't want to put any vulnerable individuals at risk, like my elderly loved ones.
I wear a mask because
we are all in this together.
You're watching Good Morning SKN here on Studio 327, and we are happy to have in our midst Mr. Zen Hastel Hector of Growbox. And we're talking all about this innovative business idea, and I do want to know a little bit more about your team. So who do you work with?
It's a very interesting question. There's a three-man team. Well, there's one woman.
Correction.
Yes, you have to represent for the women.
So it's myself, my wife Storm, and Baby Hill, as we love to call him, which is my son. Those are the three people that run out of Growbox right now.
So what is it like working with your partner?
It's a very interesting experience.
I'm sure.
We've known each other for
can't
quite
say
a while,
anything
so we don't have the tendency of stepping on each other's feet in terms of work mood, in a sense. She's stronger in certain things than I am. I'm stronger in certain things than she is, so we just choose to focus on our strengths. You don't really get anywhere focusing on weaknesses.
Right.
So we work well in that department. We have a clear understanding of what each other needs to do. So it's like a smoothest transition. And it's nothing like working with your best friend. It's nothing like it. It's nothing like
working
it.
with your best
You get to show
friend.
up to work late and have fun.
All right, so can you see your business expanding? How would you like to see it grow? I mean, yeah, we've been going through a pandemic. It's been a little bit challenging. Well, actually, can you tell me how the pandemic even affected your business outside of encouraging you to launch?
The pandemic affected the business in a very interesting way, in the sense that during lockdowns, it would peak.
Oh.
But during non-lockdowns, it would stabilize. Yeah? So that's a very interesting area there. In terms of like the growth for the pandemic, it's a very niche market for people that actually want to have this delivery service because, again, it's a convenience.
Right.
This is a luxury service in a sense, quote unquote. So there's still a need for it to be grown organically and allow the market to develop as it develops. We always like to say that we're a delivery company first, but we just happen to deliver produce in a sense. So and in the way where we're going, where the economy is changing to a convenience,
you
definitely want to be in that area where you're satisfying people's needs as they change.
Right.
And what better way to select what you want?
Right.
You want and have it delivered to you.
Right.
That's the way it's affected the business. In a sense, the pandemic, I mean, like for everybody else, everybody's been affected by it.
Yeah.
We've all been affected in some way, but we're all learning a lot. We're all learning a lot.
Yeah, we're all learning. We're all learning as we go. I don't know if you guys could see. You can? So yeah, you get this whole tub full of fresh fruit on Fridays afternoons. Once you sign up for your weekend, you could bubble a good pot of soup, have your fresh fruits and stuff like that. So again, I think, it's really exciting. And I love it. I love that it's family-based as well. That's even the baby is on board. Right. even the baby does his part.
Yes, he definitely does play his part.
What are the price ranges like? I mean, for a box like that, I know that you have different subscription plans, so can you give us an idea of the tiers?
The range?
For the smallest box, which it would feed one person, it's $75. You could get that bi-weekly or weekly. Bi-weekly or weekly. You also have what's called a regular box, which will feed anywhere between 2 to 3 people. And then you have the large box, which will feed an entire family of 5 or 6 people.
And this is the?
This is the regular, this is the size that you get. This is just a one-size-fit-all.
Well, all
some
things are fit
instances
inside.
where there are what we call add-ons, because our site doesn't just offer fruits and vegetables. There's a wide range of items.
Oh, wow.
you could find available on the site. You could find pantry items, frozen food items, beverages, snackers, healthcare items, breads. So there's a wide range of things that you can select and have put
added
into your
on
box.
to your box.
but
that's really cool.
Right?
That's really
so
cool.
it's almost like one-stop shopping. I mean, it's not going to do your grocery list for you. It's not going
Right.
It's not going to make your grocery run, but it's definitely going to take a big chunk
out of it, right?
Exactly.
And for somebody like me, actually, fun fact about me, I hate going grocery shopping. I really do. So if I could subscribe to something like this where groceries, fresh fruits especially, are just delivered to my door, I think that would make my life so much easier, so much easier.
So if you could remind our viewers how they can contact you again, because some of them I'm sure just
yes,
did.
lots of them.
Sure, you can find us on Facebook at GrowBox, Instagram. If you want to visit the shop, it's actually shop.jad.cash/GrowBox. GrowBox.
Yes.
So repeat that again. It is shop.jad.cash./GrowBox.
GrowBox. Do you have a number that we could reach out?
Of course, it is 1-869-765-4798. Again, 1-869-765-4798.
All right, so we've been talking to Zen. Can I call you Zen?
Perfect.
We've been talking to Zen from GrowBox. Again, a great initiative. If you're having trouble finding, I know sometimes when you go to the grocery store, it's kind of difficult to even find fresh fruits and vegetables. So this is the perfect, avenue to like bridge that gap and get fresh fruits and vegetables and maybe some other cool add-ons delivered to your door. Perfect. You got his information, so make sure to hit him up. Again, great, especially for Christmas time. I mean, when it's super busy, grocery lines are crazy. Like, we want to avoid that.
Convenience is key.
Convenience is key. And again, as you said, we're going into that era where everybody just wants something that's convenient. So I'm sure that your business is going to keep growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. All right, you're watching Good Morning SKN. We'll be right back after this short commercial break.
There we go.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
These teen boys nowadays get me so upset. I see these teen girls with their big bellies and you want to tell me y'all couldn't protect her and yourself? Come on. Now don't tell me no stupidness about you feel embarrassed about getting a pack of condoms or asking somebody for one. That ain't nothing to be ashamed about. You should be proud that you are making a wise decision, but you still have to abstain from having sex with someone under the age of consent. If your boys are pressuring you to have sex and you don't want to, then don't. You are in charge of your life, not them. I heard another one saying it's sweeter without a condom. But my granny always told me, no glove, no love. So let me tell you something. It's sweeter to have money in your pockets and not have to support a child at that young age. Before I say anything else, the best way to prevent teenage pregnancy is to abstain. In other words, no do it. Let me talk to the big men troubling underage girls.
Why you sleeping with your daughter? You not live clean. Your girl at 16, and your daughter at 13. Two girl look me, but me know in that. Big man no deal with back pan back.
You understand where I'm coming from, right?
This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
You're watching Good Morning SKN with Mimi Armstrong and Jamie Morris, live on Studio 327.
Christmas is the season of giving, and many of us take the time to make our loved ones feel special. It's not the date, yet it's close enough.
It's next week. Can you believe that?
If you're counting, I'm not counting. I mean, I'm good all year, unlike people who make the nice list but once. She's looking around to see who it is. All right, I'm kidding. You're nice all year, Mimi. I've been told. All right, so that day is right around the corner, and we're here to make sure that you don't go around and blow off that money. Wait a minute. You're listening to me right now, right? We're saying that day is right around the corner, and our job here this morning is to make sure that you don't go around blowing off all that money. Interesting. Let's talk about it, Mimi.
So, I mean, let's talk about it. As we mentioned in the budget, I mean, to me, my whole phone went crazy that when the Prime Minister announced that people were going to be getting double. So, I mean, how do we tell people, how do you spend your double wisely?
No, but it's interesting because we tend to think that when people get windfalls, they don't necessarily spend the money wisely, and I'm pretty sure that that's not the case for a lot of people, especially coming out of a pandemic when money was tight.
You would hope.
People, I'm telling you, the money is probably nearly already spent in bills.
Perhaps. And you know what's funny? Skellig actually announced when they'd be going around and starting to disconnect people. So I guess they're just reminding you, like, when you're starting to spend that money, make sure that you leave some for us.
I love it. It's the Christmas spirit, and you're reminded, of course, that there are consequences if you don't do what you ought to do before you splurge. Interesting. So responsible spending.
Responsible spending. We're encouraging budgeting. All of that is important. I mean, I'm always blown away. Whenever it's VAT day, I drive past TDC, and there's a line that stretches all the way down the road. So, I mean, are the things necessary in TDC? I don't know.
It depends, because interestingly enough, I went to one of the hardware stores recently. There was, I think, a 30% discount. Mm-hmm. And with that 30% discount, you typically get, you guys watching know this, you get things at a lower rate than you would normally get. So even if you weren't planning to spend, you're thinking, why would I let that 30% go by without capitalizing on it? I want to make sure that I'm there, and I guess that's what happens, especially during VAT day, because it's not just VAT day for one thing, but it's VAT day for many things, right, Mimi?
Right. And I think some businesses do have VAT day, and they do run a sale at the same time, so it's increased savings, I guess. But I mean, you still have to wait out, because there's sometimes that there are things that we don't necessarily need. There are things that we wouldn't necessarily buy, so we feel like, okay, it's on special, so I must be getting a deal. But if you wouldn't have bought it anyway, are you really getting a deal?
All right, guys, I hope that you're paying attention here, because right now, Mimi is being a little bit of a Grinch, and I'm going to bring a little bit of Christmas cheer to you.
I'm not being a Grinch. I just want people to know to spend their money wisely so that they don't get their electricity cut off in January.
But it's Christmas. We're not talking about electricity necessarily, but some of us like to splurge. What is the joy of Christmas, apart from knowing, and I'm pretty sure that that was...
It's about friends and family and loved ones.
Well, yeah, friends and family and loved ones, but you also get the gift of giving. Giving is a gift, is it not? You're giving today, aren't you?
I'm giving joy, I'm giving my smiles, I'm giving my good company that
okay, well, there you go.
That you guys missed so much yesterday.
I'm going to ask Alicia when we're off camera. I'm kidding. Alicia filled in for you yesterday, so that's why I said that. But that being said, honestly, I think it's a balancing act, because also you could say that a lot of us potentially were a little depressed because of the pandemic and everything that represented to us. So if we do have a little bit more money, we might just decide to spend it on something that brings us joy, something that we can look at year after year and say, you know what, there is this one purchase that I made, and it's sentimental to me because it represents turning things around.
I mean, I agree. I'm not saying that I don't agree, but I think life is about balance. There's something magical that happens when you buy something. This is how it goes. When you buy it, you're super excited. Like, especially if you order and it's on Amazon, you're super excited. Like, oh my God, I'm gonna get this thing. It's gonna be great. The anticipation is super exciting. Can't wait. You're counting down the days. You're going to track it every day. You get it's great. You get it finally. Woo! You're over the moon. This is great. And then as the days go by, it becomes less and less great. Like, that's just how, so I mean, the excitement that we get from things, it doesn't last forever. After a while, it becomes a part of our regular life, and all the joy that we experienced before we got it, it's just not the same.
You're talking about shopping as if it's an addiction. So this is the addiction cycle.
Not necessarily, but I just know that's the way when you purchase things.
There's a high, there's anticipation, there may be even a depression to hear you say it. We'll see. What is the number one thing that you think people buy on VAT day? What's that thing?
Furniture.
Furniture.
I mean, a lot of people buy groceries, but a lot of people do buy groceries even though there's no VAT on groceries. So just a reminder, you don't need to overshop for groceries because there's no VAT on most groceries anyway. So you could do your regular shopping. But I think most people buy furniture and like curtains and those kind of things. I went to TDC because I moved into a new apartment last December. So I needed a few, I wanted to buy one thing. And I had to fight a million people. I mean, I went after the day was done, and thankfully nobody bought it. But people just be buying, like, just stuff, not necessarily some necessary stuff, but just some stuff. I mean, I don't know. Again, we're just saying. I am just saying. Jamie's saying spend it all. Run up your credit card bill.
Spend it all. I'm saying
done it.
I'm saying live a little, live enough so that you are not marked by this period of depression. Because we all need something that gives us joy. And if you have that double.
Okay, so Jamie, tell me what you would buy to lift your spirits, to take you out of the mood of depression, to help you forget about the pandemic. What can you buy that you get a discount?
I'm telling you, well, that I'll get a discount. Well, that's not the same thing because I'm not a regular shopper, and that's the thing. I'm a guy. Typically stay at home a lot. Shopping online, convenient, as we talked about. So that probably wouldn't fit me at all.
So you're encouraging people to spend their money while you're home, not spending any of yours.
I'm encouraging people to take a minute to find the joy and don't let the Grinch steal Christmas.
Friends and family. Find the joy in friends and family. Do a budget, write a list, make sure that everything adds up. I know some people spend the money before they get it and forget that they have rent to pay and all these things.
Save that money if you can, but at the very least, buy a token that you can remember and say, this is what I got for this time.
Yes.
Unfortunately, Mimi, that brings us to the end of our discussion for today. But we'll be back for more Good Morning SKN right after this. See you soon.
Do you need your laundry or dry cleaning picked up and delivered? Well, Express Laundry has got you covered. We will pick up and deliver your laundry or dry cleaning to and from our partner laundromat fast and easy. Call or WhatsApp 660-7940 or 661-7717 for details. Express Laundry, bringing laundry and dry cleaning services to your doorstep. It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cooked today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me go!
Let go what? Yeah, let's see what really happened. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
Every day mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492. Special Victims Unit 662-7077. Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
And we're back on Good Morning SKN. 'Tis the season of giving. We here at Good Morning SKN are spreading the Christmas cheer for this holiday season. We are having a series of giveaways. So yesterday, our winners of the Necessary Beauty giveaways were Cecilia Barron-France and Neil Wilkin Boone. Congratulations to you both. For those of you who don't know how to participate, follow us on our Facebook and Instagram at Studio327INC. All the details are posted there, and now it's giveaway time yet again. So today we have partnered with, and I'm perfecting my French as it rolls off my tongue, hopefully very easily, Le Jardin Cosmetics. Awesome. Which, interestingly enough, is owned by my co-host, Mimi Armstrong. Well, why do I need to welcome you?
You should welcome me, please.
To Good Morning SKN.
Please welcome me.
All right, let's pretend for a second. You're actually an invited guest.
Yes.
All right, let's go. You're invited. So I'm pleased to welcome to the set of Good Morning SKN, Ms. Mimi Armstrong.
It's
Welcome,
nice
Mimi.
to be here. It's lovely what you guys have here. I love the establishment.
Oh my gosh.
I'm
you're
working for
something
my
else.
bonus. Wink,
You're
wink.
working. Very funny, very funny. All right, so obviously you're not only a television host, Mimi, but you're also an entrepreneur and an esthetician, right?
Yes.
So,
an aspiring esthetician.
Aspiring esthetician.
Yes.
All right, so tell us about that. What's that roller coaster ride, I imagine?
Yes,
been like?
it's been a lot of a roller coaster ride, especially now because I'm doing the show with you. It's been a pleasure, but it's definitely difficult trying to balance both. Christmas is really busy for beauticians, so all the beauticians out there, be strong. We're almost at the end, hopefully. So it gets really, really busy, which is great. We're thankful, but we're tired also. So our days end at like 9. Like last night, I got home from work at like around 10. So, you know, as soon as I got to my bed, my alarm went off, and now I'm here again. So it's been a struggle again, but I'm thankful.
Absolutely. Well, I'm glad that you're here because you're part of this wonderful giveaway. I'm glad you're here anyway, but I'm glad that you're here.
Yes, I know that you're glad I'm
segment.
here.
Did I just say that on live television?
Yes, you did. So please, can I get that recording, please, of Jamie saying that he's glad that I'm here? I'm going to set it as my ringtone.
All right, so Le Jardin is a very interesting name. What does it mean, and how does it represent your business?
The garden.
The garden.
Yes.
Of.
It just means the garden. So I want it to be a place where people can grow and where people can transform. Like, you know, gardens have beautiful flowers, and I want people to leave feeling like a flower and feeling like they've blossomed. So I don't aim to change anybody or anything. Even with my makeup services, they're more on the enhancement side of things, because I believe that everybody's beautiful. I just want you to feel more beautiful when you leave.
Awesome.
So yeah, that's what it's about.
I like the name, by the way, and what it represents. I'm glad that you explained it. So this is your 5th anniversary, isn't it?
Yes, oh my God, I made
Congrats.
5th in November. So yeah, super exciting stuff. 5
Where does
years.
time go?
Exactly, where did it? Well, 2 years of it was spent in a pandemic, so I can tell you that. But yeah, time really goes really, really quickly. I look back over my journey because I was there. Sometimes it can feel like a long time, but sometimes it could also feel like a short time.
I hear you.
Yeah, like even I got like a memory on Facebook from like 5 years ago, and I can't believe that was 5 years ago. Oh man, that's crazy.
And of course, the cosmetics make sure that you haven't aged a bit in 5 years, I'm sure.
Yes.
Right?
And drinking my water and also eating lots of organic foods, as we've seen here today. So yes.
Yeah, but we're still here to talk about the cosmetics. So let me know, what services do you offer for those who don't know?
Services I offer, again, I am more on the enhancement side, and I try to focus on semi-permanent treatments. So not like just makeup. Makeup is more temporary, something that you wash off after a few hours. So I do lash extensions. I also do like permanent brows. We call it permanent brows, but it's semi-permanent, lasts maybe about 3 years. I know brows are a struggle for a lot of people. Even myself, like I hate doing my eyebrows. Jamie, I know that you might be lost on this. I'll explain it to you. I hate doing my eyebrows in the mornings. Women, sometimes we draw on our eyebrows.
Okay.
So these brows I have on, they're enhanced eyebrows. They're not how my natural eyebrows
I love
look.
the enhanced.
Yes, enhanced eyebrows.
Enhanced.
And I know lots of women struggle with their eyebrows, or sometimes even have sparse eyebrow hairs. Males as well. So I offer a service where those brows can be basically tattooed on. It's not as scary as it sounds, but basically tattooed on and last 3 years. And I also offer makeup services. I also do facials, so I'm getting into a little bit of skincare as well.
Awesome. So you do it all.
Yes, I do a lot.
Does it all. All right, so we'll be back to talk with you more and, of course, announce the winners of our lucky giveaway when we come back. Back in a flash, everyone.
You ever hear Earthquake call and say, "Hello, Miss Lee, yes, it's me, Earthquake, I coming Tuesday around 10? No, sir. Earthquake does arrive unannounced, and when it come, it shake all sense and sensibility out of we. Remain calm, stay inside, and do the DCH. Drop, hover, hold on. Once the shaking starts, you know it's earthquake. Make a quick move to a safe place. Don't run to the doorway or any exit. Stairs might block up or full of people. Elevator, avoid that because you might get in and poof, power gone, and you're stuck in that box without ear. Take cover under a strong table or a bed, or crouch against an inside wall or in a corner, and cover your face and your head with your arms. Remember, DCH, drop, cover, hold on. Glass windows and doors, outside walls and doors in an earthquake, bad news. Take care yourself. Most injuries during earthquakes happen when something drop and hit people entering or exiting a building. Last thing, nobody run outside and ask, you feel it, you feel it? Remain calm, stay indoors until all the shaking stop, and do the DCH, drop, cover, hold on.
You're watching Good Morning SKN, and we are here with our,
Our guests,
that would
our
suggest
guests,
that there are
our
3
special
people here.
guest.
I am here with my co-host, who for now is also acting in the capacity of our special guest
Yes.
to facilitate the Christmas giveaway.
Yes.
And we've partnered with your lovely business, Le Jardin. I get to say it again.
Yes.
Le Jardin
Beautiful.
Cosmetics. All right.
Magnifique.
So, tell us what you'll be giving away today.
Okay, so today I'll be giving away 2 gift certificates for the value of $50 EC each. So of course they make, and you could add them onto any service. I have a list of services on my website. You could find me on Le Jardin Cosmetics, LEJARDIN, on Facebook and on Instagram. And there's a booking site where you could see all the services and the prices. Again, so these gift certificates, you could add them onto your service, of course, to reduce the price. You could also give them as gifts. I believe in regifting things. I do it quite often. So I mean, if you don't want it for yourself, you could give it to a loved one. I mean, a facial would be like the perfect post-Christmas gift if you need just a second to relax. And then lots of special occasions are coming up, and people want to look their best. So yeah, it's perfect for this time of year and any time of year, to be exact.
Or for those of you civil servants out there, you could spend some of your double. Oh, no, you're advocating spending.
Lovely.
I love that. You see the flip, viewers? All right, so here we go.
So yeah, you could, again, you can add it onto a service and just reduce the price. Again, it's a perfect gift. And it's not just for females. I actually have lots of males coming in to get facials, and they actually snore. Yeah, people are really tired. They don't know. But people actually snore, fall off to sleep. So, you know, being around me is actually quite peaceful for some people.
Can we get a vote, guys? Check out our Facebook page and we'll see Studio 3278. Yeah. Does being around Mimi put you to sleep? All right, so now we go to our winners, all right? So our winners for this Christmas giveaway were chosen from YouTube today. So congratulations to winner number 1. Oh, winner number 1. I know that name. I know that person as well. Winner number 1 is Jelani Johnson. Congratulations.
That's what Kitty said. A cheat. Joking.
Of course you're joking. We don't know how this is done. It's all randomized. Winner number 2 is Kittition Beauty.
Oh, perfect. So Kittition Beauty. So Jelani is a guy.
Jelani is a guy.
Okay, great. And Kittition Beauty, I'm assuming is a girl. Great name, by the way.
Congratulations, guys.
All right, sir. Of course, you could contact the studio for these prizes. Again, they're perfect gifts for males or females. You could redeem them for any service. They're valid for up to 6 months.
Oh.
Hopefully, hopefully we don't go under any lockdowns or any of those kind of stuff. In 2022 is going to be great.
Yes, it will.
Amen. In Jesus' name.
Yes, it will. Yes, it will.
Yes, gift certificates make great gifts. And if you wanted to get one for somebody else, of course, you could contact me. Perfect gifts for the season. It's super exciting and super convenient, too.
And make sure when you stop by Le Jardin Cosmetics to get an autograph from Mimi. She'll be willing to sign, all right?
Yes.
So did we tell them where they can collect them? From you? They're collecting them from you or from here?
No, from the studio.
From the studio. So you have to come to Studio 327 on the Kim Collins Highway in the Sugars building?
Yes.
Told them all that?
Yes.
Great,
and
awesome.
to collect your gift certificates.
I was just stuck on the fact that guys and girls can both get services, and I'm curious to know if I will snore if I get a facial. Would that be the only time I'm in your company that I'm actually like sleeping?
Relaxed.
Sedated? Who knows? We'll tell.
Yes.
All right.
So again, super exciting. I'm located in Bass there in the TDC Plaza.
Uh-huh.
So the
Floor.
steps between Flo and Domino's. You come all the way up to the top. I'm out on the veranda.
Awesome.
So you can find me easily.
Very easily.
And my number is
Yes.
My number is 669-0037 if you want to book any last-minute services. I do have a few more spots available for the year, so I'm looking forward to seeing some of you.
Was that a senior moment that I detected, or was that just because of lack of
No, I was wondering if I wanted to share my number, but then I remembered it's not just my personal number, it's my business number. So yes, I get some weird calls and messages sometimes.
Okay, none of them from me, I promise. All right. So, thank you so much. This is the part where I'm supposed to thank you for coming, but you were already here. So, you know, I don't know if I should thank you for coming, but I thank you for your giveaway.
Yes.
I appreciate that. I know our viewers do as well. And yeah, we'll be back for more Good Morning SKN with Mimi as Mimi right after this.
Do you need your laundry or dry cleaning picked up and delivered? Well, Express Laundry has got you covered. We will pick up and deliver your laundry or dry cleaning to and from our partner laundromat fast and easy. Call or WhatsApp 660-7940 or 661-7717 for details. Express Laundry, bringing laundry and dry cleaning services to your doorstep.
You see that new boy that just joined the school last week? He brought me a chocolate this morning because I showed him the way home from school yesterday.
You like him?
No, he's just my friend. Plus, he is my neighbor. He asked me if we can walk home together for lunch tomorrow, and I told him yes.
I don't like these big boys. They tend to like to touch girls without your consent.
What do you mean by consent?
It's when one person agrees to give permission to another person to do something.
He is cute though.
Guys, you won't believe what happened the other day with the new boy from school.
What happened?
The other day, while walking home with the new guy, he followed me into my house. I thought it was okay because he seemed friendly and respectful. So I turned on the TV and offered him a soda. We sat in the chair together. Then he leaned over and kissed me. I was so shocked I sat up straight and asked him why he did that. He said he thought I liked him. I told him not in that way.
What? Girl, you should have never allowed him inside your parents' home.
My parents will be very angry if they meet any boys in our home plus kissing me.
Guys, we don't need to be burdened down with teen pregnancy and relationship problems at this time. Boys need to understand that girls are not sex objects.
Remember, you have the right to consent to every activity being performed, from holding hands to anything more, and to change your mind at any time. If your partner does not respect your wishes, this also is a form of abuse. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492, Special Victims Unit 662-7077, Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Has anyone ever touched you here, here, or here? Well, these are actually bad touches, not good ones. And so, if anyone ever touches you in these areas or anywhere else that makes you uncomfortable, you must say no, then go and tell. Say it with me. Say no, then go and tell.
This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with Probation and Child Protection Services, the Ministry of Health, and the Pan American Health Organization.
Carnival is riddled with different types of music, from soca to calypso. Additionally, there are instruments that contribute to these intoxicating sounds. One of such instruments is the fife. With us today, we have a special guest, Zach, the Doctor of Culture, Nisbet, who will teach us not only how to make a fife, but also give us a live demonstration on how to play the fife. So me and Jamie could come. Joking. Zach has spent a lifetime dabbling in cultural arts here in St. Kitts and Nevis and has been quite unselfish with his knowledge and skill. Join us as we welcome him to Good Morning SKN. Good morning, Zach.
Welcome.
Doctor of Culture.
A pleasant good morning to not only St. Kitts but the entire world, the entire region as a whole.
Yes, the entire world is watching. So where did you learn how to make a fife?
As a little boy, the aptitude for cultural development was always within me. And at the age of 7, I started when my godfather, who was a cakewalk dancer, who was what you call it, a tailor, and made me my first clown suit. I went to Guyana in 1972, led the first Carry Festa in Guyana as a dancer. 81 in Barbados as well, led that and trained them. And 79, when the ship came here to take us to Cuba, where I took sick the day before, but I was the person who trained them. So it's always within me. So cultural development is always a part of my DNA. Yes. So, and the five is essential because this is an important aspect of our cultural development. It brings out the true value of our cultural heritage. Culture is a lifestyle of a people, and we tend to more deal with the more indigenous aspect of our cultural heritage. Now, the 5 aspects I learned as a historian and having several businesses within the presently I have a business, the Zach's Historical Cultural Library and Museum up at Buckley's. It was on Central Street at one time. I've been to Connery and at Jaws. You need to visit that place because it is the best museum in the world. The St. Kitts. It has everything, and you have the doctor there to explain to you. You need to come there sometime next week and see what it entails. The 5, as I indicated, is an integral part. The original thing we had was the bamboo. It's a tree. And you see how beautiful this is looking? Because it takes a lot of work to get it done. We have 3 types. In fact, the bamboo, the PVC, and the iron pipe. There's a guy who blew 5 in England, and he sent back the 5 for me, a metal 5. But somebody stole it.
Oh, no.
Wow. But however, the bamboo, because you cut it from the bamboo tree, they're mostly prevalent in the Wingfield area. Now, the bamboo is significant because you have to take there's 2 types of bamboo. You have the he bamboo and you have the she bamboo. This is a she bamboo. If you see it in the original state, it's just a piece of bamboo. So you have to take it, you have to sand it, you have to cut out the nuts, which in the she bamboo have less nuts. If you notice, only 1 nut was in this. With the he bamboo, you got about nearly 10 nuts would have been in this section. And it's harder. You have to use a shavak with the iron, 3 different sizes, 1/4 inch, 3/8, and a smaller 1/4 inch. And you have to take the hot iron, put it in the fire, the coals fire, the wood fire. And you have to wait until it gets extra hot. Red. And you take it and you push it through to move the nut inside. Use the biggest one. You shove it right through. Because when it's hot, it goes through, like it's going through butter. You see the lot of smoke coming out. But first, before you do that, you have to mark it out. You get this one, you put it down. This is the hole that you blow into. And then you have 6 notes. Right? You have to finger it. You use it with your fingers. Anyhow, the the young guy here, he came out of a workshop recently, and he was blowing yesterday for the what you call it, the string band. We were out yesterday, and he also blew for the mummies. We're going to get a troop of bull come up today from St. Paul's. Girls are playing there today.
Oh, great.
And doctor and so. So I should have been down there already. But the bamboo really, you hold it like this. But he will demonstrate that. I'll leave that to him. You understand? You're blowing here. Now, when you get this done, normally if I have a better five, I'm going to show you in the bag that a guy did in the workshop. A lovely, smooth, nice piece of five. And you have to take your time with it. It's like a baby. And you have to nurture it. You have to cut off the edges. You have to sand it. You have to put the hot iron inside. And then the holes now, when you boil the hole, you have to take the iron, as I said, red hot. You make the biggest hole first, go through, and then you bring it round a little because it will be burning the hole.
Mr. Nisbet, that sounds like such a labor of love, and I would definitely want to visit your museum to learn more about that. We have to take a break, but when we come back, we will continue a brief discussion with you and, of course, hear from the performers. So,
Yes.
Good morning, SKN, when we return.
Yes, okay.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me go!
Let go what? You let's see what really happening. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
Every day mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492. Special Victims Unit 662-7077. Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
You're watching Good Morning SKN with Mimi Armstrong and Jamie Morris, live on Studio 327.
We're back on Good Morning SKN with a mentee of Zach Nisbet in the person of Rashawn Hodge. Hi, Rashawn. Today, Rashawn will be giving us a live demonstration of how to play the fife.
So, the 6 notes, we blow and let.
Go ahead.
So that's the scale?
Yeah, that's the scale.
And how did you learn to play? Did it take a long time?
No, only a month.
Only a month? So all your students take a month to learn how to play, or he's an expert?
The 1 month is the most dedicated time because you have to go through the, you have to take time. And my workshop is a very serious workshop. The Zach's, what you call, summer program. And it's sponsored by Delil Waldron over the years. Delil Waldron mainly, and other sponsors, including the Development Bank. For the past 7 years now, Development Bank comes on board with us. The workshop is held at my place up at Buckley's, and as indicated, it's a whole month, from 9 to 1, Monday to Friday. You have to be there every day because it's important. The dedication, the application, the inspiration, and the motivation is important. And you must be disciplined. If you're not disciplined, you can't play. Because I'm very serious when I'm preparing the music. If you're not disciplined, you have to hold your road and go. You're either in here because perfection we deal with in today's world, more technological and everything. It's not like the old time days. And when we have YouTube and all sorts of things now, so it's important that you set certain standards. And when they come in there, they have to, you show them how to make the 5. Now inside here is important. If you look carefully in here, you'll see a piece of cork. This rum cork, you call it. You have to take it and cut it down and shove it in. It must be forced in, no space. And then you have to adjust it to get the pitch.
Correct.
You could shove it here to go back, or you bring it forward. As you blow, you get the height. So the cork is important. This is the bamboo.
Right. So that's the bamboo one, and this is the PVC.
This is the PVC. The PVC is, you see, a bamboo 5 is very expensive. And not only that, when you go in the mountain, listen to me carefully. It's a scientific thing about these 5. You cannot cut it in moonlight night. You must cut it in the dark night. Because if you do that, you will have the 5 powdery and then it just disintegrates. It's like a fence. When you cut in those bamboo fence, you must cut it in the dark. And it's dangerous because when you cut the bamboo, you can't stay behind it because it sometimes kicks back. It could cut your throat. It's sharp like a razor when you see it kicks back. So you have to be very careful. It's a work of art.
Yes.
And you have to shape it, take your time. And I have a nice one I'll show you later.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit more about the training program? Is it just for what age groups do you normally
We normally use from 3.
Grade 3?
Could be 2 if you have the zest. And
2 years old?
Yes, people came in the workshop from 3 years old.
3 years old?
Yes, and they was with us up until then.
And they learned how to play?
Just like
Not only the 5, but the banjo, the guitar, the quattro. Up to yesterday we went out to we had on our bow tie and long sleeve white shirt.
So we have to invite him back with the whole band?
We were there yesterday.
We want to see you on Good Morning
We're coming back Friday. Friday we're going to be in town again.
Okay,
Friday
all
morning.
right.
It would be nice.
All right.
But the 5 is integral. It's important. And most of the bands now haven't got 5s. So the next, and I want to give thanks to Mr. William Ferdinand Doe. One day he sent Father Cassius to call me. He said, make sure you see that man. I want to see him because he looked at me on television a lot, he said, and he admired me. And he gave me 2 years ago $8,000. And that was to buy all me instruments. He's a new vision. And he said, this, what you call Chinese thing that we buy overseas, we prefer to see the more authentic thing. And I bought them from Nevis. Nevis make them, the quattro, the banjos and stuff, and fix up all my instruments, he tell me. But last year, he decided, look, call me back by himself. And as I go inside, he signed a check, $4,500. That's one thing with him. And I took a guy who came to the workshop, very good. And he did the workshop. I paid him $350 per week. That's $1,400 out of the...
So you're saying that because of this investment, you were able to continue...
But Willie Doe is 96 years old right now, up in Shadwell.
That's amazing.
And look what he did. He turned around, he said, I am going to give $1,000 to the winner. Second prize, $750. Third prize, $500. And I had Pamela Walls judge and Miss Condell.
So you had a competition?
Yes.
Okay, so before we go on break, we're just about to break. We're almost out of time. Can you play us something?
Play something.
Just something sharp to take us into the break. Don't be shy, don't be shy, it's just us. Thank you.
Yes.
You're watching Good Morning SKN. We'll take a short commercial break and we'll be right back.
Let's face it, most parents or guardians don't want to think about their teens having sex, let alone contemplate the possibility that they might get pregnant or get someone pregnant. Teenage pregnancy is a situation that involves female adolescents. A teenage female can be pregnant as early as age 12 or 13, although it is usually 14 and older. The fact that teenagers become pregnant is related to many factors. Here are some tips to decrease teen pregnancy. Teach teenagers comprehensive sex education. Target messages at teen boys, not just girls. Get the whole community involved. Encourage mentoring, parental involvement, and support. This message was brought to you by Project Viola through the Department of Gender Affairs with support from the Basic Needs Trust Fund and the Caribbean Development Bank.
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me go!
Let go what? Yeah, let's see what really happened. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
Every day mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492. Special Victims Unit 662-7077. Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
Welcome back to Good Morning SKN, and it's time for us to have a little bit of fun, Mimi. The sound of Christmas carolers singing Christmas tunes puts us all in the Christmas spirit. Today we will be playing a game called Guess the Christmas Song based on a combination of emojis. So here's how that works. Here are the rules. We each get a chance to name the Christmas song based on an emoji combination. And once we state our guess, we also have to sing the first two lines, of the song.
Hard.
And if we don't get the lyrics right, then, or the tune right, so that's it. If we don't get the lyrics or the tune right, then our opponent, which is the other, gets the chance to win the point. So we're inviting you, our viewers, to participate in real time and leave a comment with your guess on our social media platforms. So this is where we begin that lovely game called Guess the Christmas Song Emoji Challenge. Is there a time
Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle bell rock. I got that one.
I give you.
You give me, or that's just the right one? I got that one. Your turn.
All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth.
No.
All I want for Christmas is my two front teeth.
Santa baby, she's under the tree for me. I've been a great girl all year, something like that. Jimmy, I thought you said I'll give you this one.
No. We're going to play fair. I'm not like certain people, so play fair.
For me, because you ain't going to get a chance to play again, you know.
It's your turn. Take it.
Hark the heavenly angels. Is that one? No? Okay. This your turn.
Shock angel starry night.
No.
Because I don't know what that is. What is it? Don't know what it is. She had the first guess. So, hey, if you know what this is, leave your comment on our social media. Let's see what it is. All right.
Oh, holy night.
Are you kidding?
Those emojis were kind of off. Let's go to the next one.
Next one. I think this is my turn coming up, so I actually have a chance to get a point. Let's see. I realize Team Jamie's supporters are dwindling. You know, let's hope they're not dwindling.
Team Jamie had supporters.
On the first day of Christmas, my true love puts in.
Oh my gosh!
Standing ovation. Yes.
Wow.
We're still in the game.
You're out of nil.
And the next one. Can I
What
try?
child? Who is this child? What is this child?
And your time is, come on.
It's my
Is
time
up.
is up.
What child is this? Too late
I didn't
to
remember the
dance.
words for this song. Okay, Jamie, fine. Fine.
So
Is
we're
it a
still
tie or
alive.
do I have 3? 3-2? 3-2.
Team Jamie supporters are
Oh,
still alive.
Christmas tree. Oh, Christmas tree.
You got
Yes,
it.
that's the one.
You
So
got it.
4-2.
4-2, competition. She's pulling away, guys.
Joy to the world, the Lord has come.
But that was my turn, wasn't
Oh,
it?
sorry. Oh.
So I got the point. All right, 4-3. Nice. Thank you, Mimi. Joy to the world.
Very good. So I scored our own.
This is your way of getting
This
us
is
to
my
sing, right?
turn now.
Got
Feliz Navidad.
it. Nothing about that says that to me, but
Yes,
anyway.
it's Spanish Christmas. Jamie's turn.
Oh, this is Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer.
Okay. That was an easy one.
Yeah, very.
Something about Santa Claus on his sleigh. Yeah, something about Santa Claus on his sleigh. Going to all the houses. I don't know. Jamie, I'll pass this one off to you.
Yeah, I know it's Santa's sleigh, and he's coming around to the places, but I don't know what it is, and I know it's right there, so I pass.
We'll let the people at home
Sadly,
guess.
I pass.
Can you tell us what that one was? Okay, so we're waiting for the answer for that one.
While trying not to ruin it for you guys at home, who I'm sure are doing much better at this than I am.
Santa Claus is coming to town.
Wow.
That's a very
Interesting.
scanty town. That town very empty.
Oh, this is the last one?
All I want for Christmas is you. Ah! Yes! Big money, big money, big money! You lost.
All I want for Christmas is you. Okay.
Yes.
That signal threw me off, but I get where you got all from, so that's fine. Yeah. Yeah.
So I won. What's the score?
Simple.
5-6.
6-4.
To kind of 3.5 because I gave him that one.
Well, then that's why.
Yay! Mimi won again.
Mimi keeps
Tell me if I
winning.
cheat. Tell
You
me
know
today.
what? You know
Say
what
it today. Say
I
it
need-
today.
I need
Sing your song.
management- I need management to look into the gender bias in preparing these questions and games.
Gender bias.
See if there's any gender bias.
Gender
at
bias.
all.
They're emojis.
I don't know.
How could that be gender bias?
I'm just putting it out there since we're talking about gender equality.
Emojis.
Perhaps we
Jamie
need more
is
guys
obviously
preparing these games.
A
I don't
sore
know.
loser. Jamie's obviously.
Congratulations, Mimi.
Thank
got
you
it.
very much.
You got it. This is interesting. Okay, so, well, we can continue this in another way for bonus points. We can continue this. How about for 10 bonus points, 1 round?
You can't make the rules. For
I
the
can
game
make
and
the
say
rules
10
up because I
points.
want to win. So we go, hey, can we hum? We've got less than a minute to go. So can we hum something, and you have to say what the words are for 10 points. And since I'm behind, I get to go first. So make it as difficult as you want. Christmas song. You've got 15 seconds to come up with this. And I'll do the same for you.
What Christmas song is There's no difficult Christmas song to hum. There's no difficult Christmas song to hum. Okay, you go first. I don't know what song to hum. Oh, Christmas songs are easy. Everybody knows all the Christmas songs. Silent Night. And
See, that
you're
was
humming
easy.
under your breath. You're cheating.
Of course I was, because you didn't do what you were supposed to do. So I get 20 points, right?
No, that's
Maybe you
not how this works. That's not how this
You
works.
went
So
first.
I would like to know if anybody in the comments got any of them right. I mean, that was a fun challenge. We should do that again tomorrow. You're watching Good Morning SKN. We're almost at the end of our show. We're going to take a short break. Remember, I won. # Mimi. Put it in the comments. And we'll be right back, okay?
It's been 6 months now and Glenn hasn't been working. His attitude has completely changed and he's been leaving the house every day for hours and liming with his friends. and coming home drunk and causing confusion.
Gloria, this is what you cook today? This is not enough food for a big man like me.
But Glenn, it's been 6 months now. You haven't given me any money to shop for food.
Okay, so what you want me to do if my boss ain't called me out for work as yet?
Look for a different job now.
What you just said to me?
Get a next job.
What?
Help! Let me go!
Let go what? Yeah, let's see what really happening. Let go what? Watch your mouth with me now.
Every day mom and dad fight. When are they going to stop?
Domestic violence is not just physical, it's mental, emotional, economical, and psychological. If you, your friend or family member is being abused, you can contact one of the numbers listed below for help. Department of Gender Affairs 662-5492. Special Victims Unit 662-7077. Counseling Unit 465-5000. This message was brought to you by the Department of Gender Affairs in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the Pan American Health Organization.
And we're back with our final segment of Good Morning SKN. I always look over at Mimi at this time and say, where does the time go, Mimi?
It goes, I mean, again, last week it was 5 hours. Now it's about 45 minutes. So we're doing good.
I would say 20. It just
we're
keeps,
doing good.
Coming, but that's good. Hey, for those of you who have been sticking with us since we started, and even this morning, we want to thank you, of course, and thank you for following along and supporting Team Jamie.
The losing team.
It's not a losing
imagine.
team. We'll come back. We'll rebound. All right. So right now it's time for what's happening. So what's happening, Mimi?
For local events, arts, and entrepreneurship, making in the music business. Yesterday, the 15th of December, Tim Cubbert and the Space Cadets have had an after-work chat at the Clarence Fitzroy Bryant College. This session included an important discussion about personal and professional growth, marketing, networking, and finding opportunity amid a global pandemic. You know, every time I read the word pandemic, I get like a headache. But yes, entrepreneurship and arts and the music
I can't
business.
let that one go. Every time you read pandemic, you get a what? Isn't that one of the symptoms of COVID? Do I need to?
But you've been with me all day. So we'll quarantine together.
So should I have a headache? What do you guys think?
Maybe some of my great gaming skills could rub off on you as well.
Yeah, we'll see. By osmosis, perhaps. We'll see.
So yes, education about, learning how to be an artist and an entrepreneur and to be a successful one at that in the music, in the pandemic, the never-ending, seemingly pandemic.
Oh, I mean, this is a good initiative.
Yes.
Music, talent.
Entrepreneurship. Yes, creatives. It's been the time for creatives to get more creative and people to, acknowledge that the creative community exists. Even in this pandemic, we noticed that, we need to be more creative. So maybe we need to call the experts for certain things. And so it's been a time for the creatives to shine. And of course, it's great for them to be learning how to, be able to make more money, to be more professionals, to work on their marketing and their networking skills.
Yeah, I think a lot of it stems on marketing, because you can have the talent, right?
Mm-hmm.
But if nobody knows about it, it doesn't serve you well.
Exactly.
One of the ways to get people to know about it, of course, is to network.
Correct.
And a lot of people I know, myself included, don't necessarily think of networking when you're thinking about an idea. But networking is very important.
It's very, 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 very important.
So this workshop, organized by Tim I like the name, though. I got to say, that this is a name that I won't soon forget.
And the Space Cadets.
Tim Covered and the Space Cadets. It's interesting. Very
I'm
interesting.
wondering where they got that name from, but we'll find out.
Outer world thinking, perhaps. All right, so here's what else is happening in What's Happening. Oh, yeah. Let's help a single mom. So Be Well and Bloom, yeah, she was here.
Yeah, she was here, yeah.
So Be Well and Bloom is hosting a holiday donation drive as a fundraiser for the Single Mothers Network. Awesome initiative. All donations of canned goods and non-perishables, prepackaged food and liquids, toiletries and cleaning supplies, feminine care products, including tampons and pads, will be accepted until December 22nd, 2021. For more information regarding donations and drop-off, contact, here's the telephone number, guys, 660-9023 via WhatsApp. So again, that's 660-9023. Be Will and Bloom organizing this initiative for single mothers.
And as you said, it's the season of giving. It's a season of giving. So it would be nice if they spent some of the nice Christmas money and gave it. So that's something I can stand behind.
You have come over to my side.
I have not, but I'm just saying, it's as I said before, it's about friends and family and loved ones, and it's a good way to show love to friends, family, and loved ones by making a nice donation.
I'll meet you halfway. We met in the middle on that one.
I'm not in the middle. I'm not in the middle. I still think that they should budget and save their money and pay their bills. But yes, I mean, Be Well and Bloom, a great initiative on its own, but they're funding a donation drive. So again, if you have any non-perishable items, any food, prepackaged food, feminine items, toiletries, again, it would be good if you could just share the love this Christmas with a single mom
because
in the community.
If you don't have certain things, especially at this time, it seems like a really sad time.
Yeah.
So to anyone who's giving to people who really need it, again, great initiative. Please go out there, call 660, well, it's a WhatsApp, so 660-9023 and help make someone's Christmas season
a merry one.
Right. We will be back for more right after this. Stay tuned, everyone.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
The St. Kitts Diabetes Association wants to encourage you to remember the association's gospel, abbreviated TEAM, in order to maintain good control of your diabetes. T, you must test your blood sugar regularly. E, you must eat right with decent quantities of vegetables and fruits and eliminate sugary products. E, you must exercise frequently, at least 4 to 6 times weekly for 30 minutes or more each time. And M, you must take your medication as prescribed by your healthcare provider. If you follow this gospel, you will significantly reduce your chances of encountering the dreaded complications associated with poor control of diabetes, namely kidney failure, blindness, heart disease, stroke, and amputations. Visit your healthcare provider regularly to ensure good control of your diabetes and to access early intervention in case of any unexpected complications. Come and join the St. Kitts Diabetes Association and add your voice and your efforts to those working to ease the burden of persons living with diabetes. Thank you.
Hey, my friend, what going on?
Not a thing. I just here cooling under this tree, about to eat a mango or two.
Where you get mango from all now?
Boy, Auntie Rose bring me some mango this morning.
Oh, gosh. What you hit me for?
You give me something to put on?
Girl, you can't just come tempting me with these juicy round pally mangoes and expect me not to want some.
Just because something looks appealing and you want it, doesn't mean you are entitled to it and that you should touch or take it. Your mother ain't teach you manners. Ask for consent first before you touch up the mango them.
But why ask? And if it's dear, it's dear. Just take it. Why ask?
Simple. If it is mine and you ain't asked for it, it is called, wait for it, stealing.
That's true. My bad. Okay. May I please have some mangoes?
I don't know. After that spectacle, I ain't sure I want to give you any.
You see that? But I ask.
Just because you ask doesn't mean I have to give. It is still my mangoes.
So what you tell me ask for then?
Because consent is everything. Had you asked first, I would have been more inclined to give you one. And just because you ask doesn't mean I have to give you. You got it?
Okay, I got it. Now, may I please have some mangoes?
Only because you're my friend and I like you. But that still don't mean you're entitled to it.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
Good. Don't leave your mango skin on the ground, eh?
If you understand the importance of asking for someone's consent for a mango, then it shouldn't be too hard to understand consent when it comes to sex. The power of consent is everything. Ask first.
If you or a friend has been sexually assaulted, please call 465-5000 for the Counseling Center.
This message was brought to you by No Judgment SKN and sponsored by the Basic Needs Trust Fund, the Department of Gender Affairs, and the Caribbean Development Bank.
And we're back on What's Happening. We're just having a lively discussion on who our favorite Spider-Man was or is. I mean,
as usual, we're coming down on different sides, but anyway.
Yes. But new in the cinema, have you been? I mean, let me get to the story and then I'll ask after. The much anticipated Spider-Man No Way Home arrives in the cinema today. Peter Parker is unmasked and no longer will be able to separate his normal life from the high stakes of being a superhero. The movie showings are at 5:50 p.m., 7:30, and 9 p.m. at the Caribbean cinemas. So yeah, we're returning back to a little bit state of normalcy where there's new movies being released. I think in the pandemic they had some really bad movies, but I'm hoping that we're getting back to the good stuff. So who's your favorite Spider? You watch Spider-Man firstly? No, yes?
Mimi's, you're asking me if I watch Spider-Man.
Yes.
Listen, yeah, I watch Spider-Man, okay? I watch action films. Those are my kind of films.
Okay.
I mean, action stuff.
Okay. So superhero action stuff.
Superhero action stuff, anything
Okay.
that's imaginative, definitely. But superhero action stuff, yeah.
Okay. So who's your favorite Spider-Man?
The original.
Tom
the original.
Holland is my
The
favorite
original.
Spider-Man.
No. We want to know what you guys say in the comments,
Tom
okay?
is my favorite Spider-Man.
Who is your favorite Spider-Man? Who is your favorite Spider-Man? Can we get any better than the original?
Yes. Tom Holland is my favorite Spider-Man.
You say that so definitively.
Yes. I think the guy who acted the original, he just looked kind of creepy to me, so I never really got it. He did, like his eyes just looked. It was really. I'm just giving my opinion.
The shade. He was supposed to be innocent. He was supposed to have stumbled upon the superpower that he didn't know what to do with. And I saw his character evolve. Oh, the shade.
I'm not saying that all of that did happen. I'm just saying he looked a little creepy. Personally, his personal real face just looked a little creepy. Okay, so outside of Superman, who is your favorite superhero?
Outside of Spider-Man, you mean?
Yeah, Spider-Man, sorry.
All right, so
you can't say Superman
I'm a
either.
diehard Wolverine fan from X-Men. Diehard Wolverine.
Am I supposed to be a feminist and say like Xeno or something like that?
you can say whatever
Who's my favorite superhero? My favorite I I like Batman. Even though he's not a superhero per se.
How is he not a superhero?
He doesn't have superpowers unless being super rich is a superpower.
Oh my gosh, the brain is the superpower.
But he's not non-human. He's a human. He's just super rich. So if I could pick a superpower, I would choose Batman's superpower, which is being super rich. If you could pick a superpower, what would that be? Yes, Bruce Wayne is just super rich.
If I could pick a superpower, I would fly. I would fly, literally. But there's a toss-up because I think coming second on my list would be the power of being invisible. But definitely flight takes.
Okay, being rich trumps all of those.
It's not a superpower, Mimi.
It is. It is being Jeff Bezos type rich, where he could go to the moon and stuff. Yeah, that's pretty much a superpower for me. So let us know. Firstly, if you've watched Spider-Man movies, what's your favorite superhero and what would be your superpower of choice?
And also let us know that you disagree with Mimi when she says that the original Spider-Man is not the best one. That, yeah, we're all for the original here, right?
No,
we're represent, as you know, we come down on the side of the divide where we generally represent old versus new. So yeah, I'm keeping it to the old, right? Youth?
I mean, sometimes new is better. Like
yeah, she can't even
tough debate, but I like the newest Joker. I like the newest Joker. He's good.
You know what? We're gonna have to continue this discussion after the show. Seriously. All right, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back after this. Stay tuned, everyone.
Do you need your laundry or dry cleaning picked up and delivered? Well, Express Laundry has got you covered. We will pick up and deliver your laundry or dry cleaning to and from our partner laundromat fast and easy. Call or WhatsApp 660-7940 or 661-7717 for details. Express Laundry, bringing laundry and dry cleaning services to your doorstep.
When growing your savings, where you save matters more than you think. Dare to compare and see for yourself why you should start saving and investing at First Federal Credit Union. You don't have to settle for cents. Let your money make sense. Reap a higher return by stashing your cash in a high-yield savings account or term deposit and earn up to 4% interest on your money. At First Federal, we say yes.
And we are back on Good Morning SKN, and because I'm not a sore loser and I'm a very fair person, yesterday I played a very fun game with Alicia, but Mimi wasn't there. So we're going to play that game again, and you know what? I'm going to level the playing field right now. You get 5 points advantage because we're playing it for the second time.
Oh, right? You're giving me sympathy?
I am, and it's improvisation. We got to do this really quickly. It was coined by Michael Scott from The Office.
I love The Office!
Oh, we know.
I've watched The Office like 5 times.
All right, so there was no particular theme for this day. All that we're going to do is that we're going to begin a sentence with the first letter of the alphabet. It's going to be conversational. Next person to continue it continues with the next letter of the alphabet. So I will go like this. A day like today is a good day.
But it's raining outside.
Can you tell? We can't see anything in here.
Did you go outside?
Even if I did go outside, I'd be sure that it wasn't raining.
Forgetting to bring my umbrella.
Good gosh, you shouldn't have done that. After all, you gave the weather forecast.
How about I do whatever I want?
I imagine that you generally do anyway. I'm here, and I can attest to that when we have fun.
Okay. No, I can't. I'll take this one. I'll take this one. I'll take this one. I'll take this one.
So I did not.
Oh, and that's it?
Well, that's got to be it. So how many points do you think that was worth? Perhaps I should throw it out to our viewers who are going to follow us on social media at Studio 327 Inc., right? So Facebook and YouTube. And you let us know whether you think I redeemed myself in that gameplay enough to topple Mimi's successive wins.
No.
All right?
No.
She says
that's
no.
not how that works.
I gave her 5 bonus points. That's not how that works. And she
no, but then the game doesn't
capitalize.
even have points. It's like winner, loser. Jamie trying to cheat me off. I would like to speak to management, please. This is totally unfair. He played this game before, and now he's trying to put me in a box here, and I'm not going to have it.
Oh, come
but
on,
yeah, I'm excited to play another game with fair, strict guidelines and rules. So we'll make sure that we have a fun game for tomorrow that I could also beat Jamie and
That's
Jamie.
gender balance, by the way.
That is gender balance. So the guys in the studio will come up with a game for tomorrow that I will also beat Jamie in. With my superpower of wealth. I will beat Jamie with my superpower.
Selling off of those gift certificates, definitely. So that brings us to the end of another edition of Good Morning SKN here on Studio 327.
It's been fun.
Please follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Subscribe to our YouTube page, Studio 327 INC. Right now, I'm going to tell you with Mimi, good morning.
Good morning, SKN.
Bye-bye. See you tomorrow.
Good morning.
Morning.
Good morning.
Good morning, SKN.